Hi, my name is John Sweet and I'm a racing analyst here in South Africa. I came here in 1995 and my previous experience is the fact that I've been a bookmaker in the UK and I brought my knowledge to South Africa, knowing or finding out in fact that the horse racing in this country is very similar to that of the UK. So going back right to the beginning, in 95 I bought the computer form, I looked at it, I didn't really understand it. If you look at it for the first time, it's a bit complicated. So I studied it and found out what it was all about. I then started to think, well, other people would also like to learn how to read the computer form. So I wrote a small book and I got a lot of interest. And then people said to me, would I mind doing some tips as well? So I started tipping. And from there, I built up a large following over the last 25 years. And this is how now I analyze my daily racing. And I give it to you step by step so you can learn the secrets of my work. Firstly, I use my IRS to get the basic knowledge, if you like, or the basic data for every horse in the race. I'll put this onto a spreadsheet. And on the spreadsheet, then I will mark each horse for every single aspect I think is important. Now this could be studying just the horse's recent form, it can be the jockey, it'll be the trainer, it'll be the combination of the jockey and trainer, the combination of a jockey and a horse. I'll then look at the weight, I will see if the horse is dropping in class or going up in class. I'll see if his recent form is good. These are the things that I have to look for. I want to see if he's wearing blinkers. I want to check if it's recently been gelded. I want to know whether or not the jockey is a claiming jockey and how this jockey has done with a trainer. So I've got to know that as well. These are all aspects that I have to look at for every single horse in the race. Now, having got that, what I then do is I will look at my own personal MRS ratings, which is the merit rating suite method. And I will see whether or not I think that the horse is correctly rated, merit rated, or whether or not he's improved since the handicapper has last made his decision on what he's going to weigh. Okay? So then after that, having looked at all this, I will look up the video of the last race, the last two races, to watch the horse in action, to see whether or not there was a problem in the running, whether he ran too wide, whether he was whatever, running too short or running too long. All this has to be taken into consideration before I'll give house points, if you like, to the horse, which is very important. What I do then, I will look at the top 6 horses. I will name them 1 to 6 in my spreadsheet, and the best ones being the top rated number 1, 2, 3 are the main ones I'm looking at. And I will transfer this information onto a spreadsheet, which I then analyze again for the jackpot, the pick 6, the PA, the bipot, and the whole thing. I then enter them into a spreadsheet, and I will note the races where I can go short, where there's perhaps 1, 2, or 3 horses maximum on the short fields, or whether or not it's a very open handicap, and you'd be lucky to find the winner in 6 or 7. So what I do then is I'll mark on the sheet whether it's wide or to take the field, or whether you need to just take 1 or 2 horses in that leg. I'll also pick the best bet of the day. This is according to all my analysis. It could be the banker, it could be the best bet. I'll put a value bet in as well, and I also put an outsider. This is what I follow. I typically have won every month since last November. Last month we made 50% on our bank, and most months we make a good profit. I've only lost 2 months of the last year, right? Excluding, of course, the lockdown. Right, the next thing I have to do, or once I've posted to my members, the next thing I do is work out some permutations for the exotics for myself. And for this, I've written a lot of software for the jackpot, and I call them Genie software. I've got a jackpot Genie, I've got a pick 6 Genie, PA Genie, a bipot Genie, which of course we can use the pick 6 Genie for that, and a quartet Genie. So knowing my best 3 horses, in each race, it makes it very easy for me to do the different perms. Now I've run hundreds of different combinations over the years. I've also made for serious students that would like to learn how to do the tips themselves. I've written the IRS, which is available, the International Rothman System, that gives you the basics of all the analysis that I do. But I've also now have about 20 odd videos that will show you each individual part piecemeal, so you can see exactly how I study all the different races and every single section of it. This is a 3-month course, and I suggest that you don't try and do all in one go. Take your time, study and analyze it. Right, then we go on to form grids. Now, form grids is a fantastic database which I study. I will look at particularly the trainer and jockey combinations. I like to look at the horses or trainers that have to make a living, not just by selling their, not just by stabling the horses and running them for hundreds of horses and then clients, but I'm looking for the trainers which have only got 20 or 30 or 40 horses, where they need to make money by betting on their horse when it's right. Those are the ones I study in particular. So you'll look up, or using form grids, you'll look up a particular trainer, you'll see how many wins he's had, then you pick out the best jockey and what percentage that particular jockey has had on wins, and you also can look at then what type of race the trainer is actually aiming at. You can see where his wins are coming from. Are they mainly maidens? Are they feature races? Etc. So you can look at that, and you can get some very, very good bets on that, as my clients will tell you over the last few years, where you're betting knowing that the trainer is out to win. His intention is to make money that particular day. But you've also got to remember that many trainers will actually train their horse on the race day, on the racetrack. So they're not actually out to win. They're out to get the horse fit, to see its right distance, where it can improve in the races. And you can check this out by using the computer form to say running on or whatever. And you'll go back and you'll look at this and on teletrack, and you'll look at the horse in the race and you'll study it to see whether or not the jockey was really out to win. If not, then you've got to make notes as you go along. This is what I do, to give you an idea. I've got a number of books that I've written. I've got How to Make Money Backing Horses, which is one of the first one I wrote. That gives you a number of different pointers. It's particularly good for the beginner, but many advanced players have also gleaned some information from it. How to Structure Your Bets is another one that I wrote many years ago, and this is now out of print, but it is superseded by my Genie software. So you've got that as well. Now you've also got to take into account the betting. Now, betting is a big important direction on which horses are trying and which aren't. One of the methods I use, I've called it the Springer system, and there are a couple of videos I've got on YouTube about that. I think it's over 100 videos I've made on YouTube now to help people with racing. Now you've got to look at the betting. You want to be looking at horses that have come down in price, not just on the day, but from its previous meeting. So for instance, if there's a horse and you look at its previous starting prices and it was 33 to 1, 50, 40, 25, and suddenly he's in there at 8 to 1, you want to take notice of that. There's a good reason. It's 8 to 1, and it's not because of its form. It's because of inside information, if you like, that the bookmakers have gleaned, and they're not going to be caught with their trousers down, and they're going to offer at a lower price to start with. If the horse drifts in the betting, it doesn't mean to say it hasn't got a chance. What it actually means is that the public are not aware of this, and not enough people are aware of the fact that it's informed, but the bookies did. But the other cases where the bookies put the price at, should we say, 8 to 1, and it's forecast at 20 to 1, and it gets backed. This is a horse you must take seriously, and I've mentioned this in many of different videos I've done. Now, you take all this into consideration before I make my plan and put my selections up for my members. Right? All this goes in. It's not just a stab in the dark. I wish it was. It would save me 4 or 5 hours work every day. So, if you'd like to learn more about how to make money back in horses, and even if you wanted to make a living like I have out of it for the last 25 years here, then look at my books, look at my videos, contact me, and I can take you through it to a professional level. And this has happened so far, and I've got about 25 of my clients became members and friends, and they don't buy off me anymore because they're very proficient at doing their own bets. And when you think about It's only about 1 or 2%, perhaps a bit more, not much, of the punters in South Africa and the rest of the world who actually understand how to analyze horse racing themselves and make a living themselves from backing horses. Right? It can be done, I've done it, and I can teach you how to do it. Big races coming up soon. I'll make my tips available for the day for that. If you don't want to do all your horse racing analysis yourself, come back to me and I'll show you, I'll give you the selections for small fee. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. I'll be making some more in the future, and please keep in touch with me on WhatsApp. Okay, bye-bye for now.